Hi, everyone. My name's Andrew Roenbeck, and I'm the executive chef here at the Boca Raton Resort and Club in sunny South Florida. Today, we're going to prepare a dish pretty straightforward. It's going to be bacon-wrapped steaks, or in my case, I'm going to use a filet mignon. All right, so of course, I have a beautiful center-cut filet mignon. I have some applewood thick-cut bacon. Some of the other ingredients that I have, once we get our bacon-wrapped filet set up, I like to pan-baste our steaks or fish or chicken, whatever we happen to be sauteing. So I'm going to drop in a little bit of fresh rosemary, some whole fresh garlic cloves. I have a little bit of sliced shallots. Let's see. I'm going to finish this dish with, again, just a touch of fresh sliced garlic and some wild mushroom mix. I'm going to use a little bit of marsala sauce and a little bit of veal broth or veal demi glace to finish this wonderful dish. But let's get started on the technique, which is the bacon-wrapped fillet. Again, thick-cut bacon. And what I did here was I layered this in 2 pieces of clear wrap, just like this, okay? So I put out a piece of clear wrap. What I like to do is I like to just give the bacon a slight little pound, pound, pound. I like to stretch the bacon out. If I don't pound this slightly, a little bit on the outside, potentially what you could end up with is the bacon shrinks away and you're gonna have this little thin strip of bacon around the outside of your filet. And I am simply going to take my filet on its side, I'm going to place it in here, and I'm going to start rolling my bacon around the filet. What I like to do is I like to stretch the bacon a little bit, and then when I get my hot pan, I'm going to start initially with the sear right on that seam. If that cooks properly, that bacon should shrink and it should stick and it won't fall off your filet, okay? I'm going to season my filet with a little bit of salt, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper on both sides, okay? That's an important piece. And again, I'm going to let my pan get very hot, okay? I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna let that get hot, and I'm going to put just a touch of olive oil in my pan, just a touch. And I'm going to start that seam side down. You hear that sizzle? That's what I want. Don't move the steak around. Again, just for the sake of time, see, we're getting that caramelization right there. Now we're gonna work our bacon all the way around. And we're gonna get that nice and seared. Again, for the sake of time, we're gonna sear our steak, top and bottom. Now what I like to do is I like to pan baste. I'm gonna add a touch of whole butter. I'm going to add in that whole sprig of rosemary and about 3 or 4 pieces of garlic clove, whole garlic clove, not chopped because that'll burn, okay? Now, all the bacon fat that's starting to render off and a little touch of whole butter that I have in here, I'm going to start to pan baste right over the top. See that beautiful garlic? Get that right in there. That's cooking with love, folks, okay? That's the difference. And what an easy technique this is. I'm going to flip my steak. Look at that color, huh? So again, for the sake of time, at this point now, I would take this and I would pop this into my 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes, depending on the doneness of the steak that you would like, okay? I like my steak medium rare, so I would say 10 minutes, 350-degree oven would be a good time frame. Let's just say that that's where we are. I take my steak out of my preheated oven, and I have all of this beautiful flavor that's in the bottom of the pan. That's called fond, okay? That's very important for our sauce. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove those garlic cloves and that fresh rosemary sprig. I'm just gonna remove that, okay? Then I'm going to add in a little bit of shallot, a little bit of garlic, and I'm going to let that just sweat out a little bit. I'm gonna take my marsala wine at this point, okay? By the time I add this marsala, I'm going to add in my wild mushrooms, and I'm gonna let them cook, okay? Of course, I'm going to re-season. Okay, I like fresh black pepper. Okay, this is a very woodsy dish. It can handle a good shot of black pepper. A touch of sea salt right on there. Okay, here we go. And those mushrooms are starting to soften up and work their way down. I have a little bit of veal stock, veal broth, whatever you want. If you're going to use beef broth from the supermarket, just add that in and let that reduce down by half. I'm going to let that all come together. I seasoned it already with plenty of black pepper. I have my salt in there, okay? My mushrooms are finished. I'm going to take my bacon wrapped filet. I'm going to add that right back in there. I'm going to, another $5 word, nappe my sauce right over the top. Okay, nice little glaze right there. And that dish, folks, is ready to go. So what I would do is I would serve this with a little bit of fresh polenta, soft polenta, a little bit of French, baby beans. I have my wild mushrooms from my pan. Okay, take a little bit of that beautiful sauce right from my pan. That, folks, is a beautiful bacon-wrapped filet mignon. That, folks, is good eating. Enjoy. Thank you.